Hey YouTube, it's Red Ryan Socks, and I'm coming at you guys with another holiday cube draft with my friend Philip this time. I'm at his
Oh,
house, so I thought he'd be able to hang out with us and do the draft. So let's see what we got in our pack one. Mox Ruby seems like the pretty easy pick here.
yeah.
Um, I mean, there's like Young Pyromancer is fine.
There's like an
Sorin is good.
Entomb if you want to go in really early, but that's usually you don't want to like put yourself in that direction that
Yeah.
early.
Basically, we're trying to see what would wheel out of this pack at this point. Llanowar Elves is good if you're going to be the green ramp deck. Pestermite can be Splinter Twin combo, so that's always a deck in the cube.
There's like a volcanic on it, but not much other fixing.
Yeah, this pack kind of points out. I've been having a lot of success actually with the blue red deck. With or without the combo, it's actually just pretty solid. You basically just take good blue cards and dragons in this cube, and I've had like multiple 3-0s with that deck. I think I actually drafted it in one of my other videos, so you guys can check that out if you want. But yeah, we'll just take the Mox Ruby here and see where this takes us. We can really be anything. Just because the Mox is red doesn't mean we have to be in red. Although it does give us a slight bump, although nothing significant.
Yeah. So there's Mox Emerald, Sword of Body, and Mind's Twin Fortune Mystic.
I mean, I think we're just gonna pick up another
Yeah.
Mox here. It's
Mox is
pretty
just
obvious.
Mox is just like more powerful than everything else.
Yeah, I'd say the next best card is probably the sword, and obviously the Stoneforge is good with the sword. Elspeth and Jace are both good. Prime Time is fine. But I mean, a Mox is not something you can really pass up. Yeah.
It's just too good.
So we'll take that. See what we get past. So this pack's a bit more interesting. We've got a Metalworker.
Yeah, Metalworker. Cards I'd look at basically like Metalworker, maybe Carteid.
Yeah.
If you earn that, but Carteid costs like 2 mana.
Caryatid, Philip. Caryatid.
You know what? You know what?
Yeah, Mother of Runes is definitely very good,
Yeah.
and I've had some success with the mono white deck, so I might just take that card here. I think that's actually probably the correct pick. The mono white deck, the aggressive deck, is very good in this cube, I found.
Yeah.
Um,
Well, I think if you're going off power levels, Metalworker might be the pick.
yeah, if we're going off power level, I think it's Metalworker. But honestly, I'm pretty happy with being in mono white in this cube, so I think I'm gonna go with the Mother of Runes. What do you think, Philip? Does that seem okay?
I'll trust you on that. I think my instinct is like towards Metalworker and not so much putting, but that's also because like there's always like that bias against mono white, but I think in this cube that's not really there.
Yeah,
because it's just good enough.
So what do we have here? We've got it looks like some good green ramp cards, which makes me think that deck's open, and I'm probably gonna take one of them.
It is pretty early, but yeah.
It is pretty early, yeah, but we are 3 picks in.
Yeah. This powered cube.
Yeah. The Tree Speaker is very good. So is the Garruk. Sun Titan is obviously good. Not exactly a mono white aggro card, but it's something that we could consider taking here.
There's also like Splinter Twin if you want to try that.
Exactly.
Have you ever gotten that?
Yeah, I've had the twin combo a couple of times. I don't think I've comboed anybody out with it yet in this cube. My instinct tells me to take the Tree Speaker because Green Ramp can be a very powerful deck, especially if you have the Moxes when it's open early.
Yeah, I like that. I think it's like a mini Soul Ring.
Yeah. I think I'm going to go with the Tree Speaker. Garruk is very good in that deck, but picking up the ramp early is, I think, better.
So it's like Signet.
Yeah, this is an interesting pack.
Yeah.
We've got Signets, which are obviously just very strong cards overall.
Do you think Signets are better than Wall of Roots if you're in green?
I think Wall of Roots is probably better if you're in green, but
there's also Pattern of Rebirth. Don't forget to note that.
Yeah, although I don't think that card's very powerful. I mean, generally there are much better ways to get your big fatties out. My instinct tells me to take the Signet here. We don't have to be either of these two decks.
This is true.
And yeah, Signets are just very good. I mean, we have enough artifact mana already that we're starting to look like we could be kind of an upheaval deck.
And yeah, blue Signet because blue is.
Yeah, and I'll take the blue Signet just because if you're artifacts, you're probably going to be in blue. So Garruk Wildspeaker here is the card I'm probably going to take.
Yeah, seems better. Seems as a Planeswalker, because this Planeswalker is just inherently powerful.
Yeah, I mean, Oracle is obviously another good card for the ramp deck.
Yeah, but and then you could also like consider like I guess Cloudgate Ranger.
Yeah, although I think we're probably generally off mono white at least for now.
Yeah,
until we see a good signal.
I'm just looking based on like how powerful things are.
Yeah, I think Garruk's probably the pick here.
I like that. Yeah.
Oracle is good. But if we can be
Garrick's
the
powerful.
ramp deck, that's also good.
So there's Song of Dryads, Pulse, Ophiomant. There's like Song of Dryads, Pulse, Ophiomancer.
Yeah, I'd probably lean
yeah.
towards Song here just because we're
Agreed.
looking into green ramp. Ophiomancer is I've been really impressed with. Maelstrom Pulse is a decent card, but I think I'm just gonna stick with the green cards here for now. And what do we have here?
Bizarre, but we're not that deck at all.
Nope. Blade Splicer is probably the best card in the pack. Nature's Claim is very good, and I'll probably take that just because it's there's always an artifact or enchantment to kill, and it's in some senses one mana Vindicate in this cube.
Yeah, in some ways.
Mono white aggro could be pretty open with the Figure of Destiny, but I think actually I might want to go with that. I think I'm going to take this card just for the potential it has in case we get past more mono white. That might have been wrong, but I had to jump into it. Sorin is definitely also a good kind of mono white card. That deck can usually be black white. I think I'm just going to take him here.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, Entomb is good. Like Lightning Helix can be
also
fine.
Danger is okay, also.
Yeah, but I really don't want to be doing kind of this mid-rangey stuff in the cube. What do we have here? I really don't know what to take here.
I'm looking just like Woodland Cemetery.
I think that's definitely the right pick,
because you have
actually.
two dual lands that are like don't really work with us, and I think Woodland Cemetery is just
I actually agree. Urborg, I guess, just another black fixing land if we end up doing
black
that.
green is common.
Sun Titan Wield. Okay, so that's definitely a signal.
Yeah.
We could be like green white splashing black. That might be a thing.
That might be a thing. Yeah. Pattern.
I'll take Pattern just for the potential it has, I think. Actually, I'm going to take Relic Order.
Oh, yeah, Relic Order is good. It's same principle as
Cloud Goat, sure.
Yeah.
I'll take that guy. I don't know if we'll run him. And Ophiomancer Wield, too. So we might just be kind of a junk deck here.
Yeah. Or if you want to be correct, Abzan.
Okay, Abzan. Sure, Philip, sure. No, yeah, I mean, this seems like a decent deck. We've got the Moxes. It's not, the most powerful deck you can do in Powered Cube, but... Well, now it's got a little bit more powerful.
And we have to pass Channel and Creative Huff. That's saddening.
Yeah, but
like,
Soul Ring is pretty much the best card in the cube. Me and Philip were doing a draft earlier today, and we got past a pack with Black Lotus and Ancestral Recall, and the only conclusion we could come to is that the guy took Soul Ring. The guy or girl, but...
Yeah. Or it was AFK, but...
Yeah, that's another possibility. But I don't even think that they timed out, so... Yeah, I mean, this is a pretty easy Soul Ring, and we'll just see what we can do with that.
And cry a little bit on the inside.
Yeah. Whenever you take these powerful artifact ramp cards, you're always passing something really tempting.
Like that.
Like an Upheaval. Exactly.
I don't think we can do Upheaval, I'm sorry.
Philip, I want to.
You want to.
Philip, I want to.
But no.
If you guys don't know already, I am probably the biggest Upheaval fan you can imagine.
Besides, like, Marshall Sutcliffe.
Possibly with the exception of Marshall Sutcliffe. But, Courser is very good.
I think I would pick Courser over Upheaval. I'm sorry.
I mean, honestly, here would be my plan with Upheaval, right? Let me pitch this to you. So, we're basically just green, blue ramp instead. We have this Signet. We just, take out, like, the junk cards. Junk means they're bad, Philip. And, we... play the Upheaval. Honestly, being past Upheaval is a really big signal.
Actually, I think it's based on the fact that we have like Soul Ring and 2 Moxen and
it's that's what I was thinking. I think
that actually is
playing.
I think that's worth going for it, even if we end up not.
So let's see if we can make this thing work. We could also be blue-white.
So
given by the Sphinx's Revelation.
Sphinx's Revelation, Eureka, Birds
of Paradise actually might be the correct pick over the
Birds seems very good.
Especially
it could also give us more fixing for another splash.
Yeah, I think I'm going to take out these black cards here.
Yeah.
And maybe the white cards,
It could be banned.
Yeah, we could be banned, depending if we get the fixing. We haven't picked up any fixing yet, but
the question is,
Birds is probably the pick here.
Revelation powerful enough?
Revelation is very powerful, but I think Birds is comparably powerful in the deck, and we're more likely to play it in our deck, so I think I'm going to take that.
Okay, I like that.
Put Soul Ring with the Moxen. That doesn't really work, does it? For sorting.
Well,
okay, what do we have?
Natural Order.
Natural Order is pretty insane.
Yes.
We don't have anything to actually go get with it right now.
But we're also only in the middle of pack 2.
Exactly. Signet is very good. Swords is very good. It's basically these 4 cards. These 4 cards right here.
I think I like natural order based on potential.
Um, I probably agree with you there. Hmm. It's kind of tough though, because Signet, Swords, they're all good. Elves of Deep Shadow, elves are just so important in this
Yeah,
deck. But one of the reasons elves are important is the natural order.
yeah, and also like even though we've seen a lot so far, like there's still probably going to be at least like one other opportunity for another elf or signet. But
Yeah.
natural order is like a one of a kind effect.
Yeah, I agree. I think we'll take the natural order. What do we have
Oh,
here?
beast with the.
I'm
I
leaning
like,
towards
yeah,
control
I
magic.
know. I'm just remembering
No, yeah,
fond
we got
memories.
kind of wrecked by Beast Within earlier in the draft.
Another
Or
draft.
in another draft rather.
Yeah, I think I'll just control magic.
But yeah, if we're looking to move into blue, control magic is a great way to do that.
Yes, I think the fact that it's late also might be a sign. I mean, like this is obviously
Exactly, yeah.
powered cube, but control magic is very good.
Definitely. So I'm gonna go with that control magic. Sower of Temptation.
Ooh,
That is a good blue card. So it seems like blue is actually pretty open, even though we didn't see too much of it pack one. So I'm
I mean,
fine
because
with going into blue
we
here.
are. I mean, it could be the person to our left is in blue.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking. But
So we could be like just a little less blue.
yeah. Right now I'm inclined to not play these white cards if I don't have to, and just be
I
blue
feel
green.
you. Yeah.
So I think we're gonna go with this sower and see if we can get enough blue green stuff to make it work.
Mirari's Wake.
Mirari's Wake is very good, especially if we're playing white. We don't have any fixing right now.
Yeah, but I mean,
I am inclined to just take the
Uh,
Deranged Hermit,
do you think it's
just to stay blue green. I
mean,
think
do you
Deranged Hermit is very powerful. The
I-
question is whether Mirari's Wake might be better.
I think Mirari's Wake is like very very powerful, especially with like upheaval.
I mean, yeah, that's what I'm thinking too.
And I think the potential is very high, and I think it. I think Mirari's Wake is
Okay,
the pick.
I'll
'Cause
go
we
with
are-
the Wake. Maybe we're just Bant.
Yeah, there's Verdant Catacombs if we want. That. If we get like
We could
duels.
take the exactly. I think the Catacombs is probably the pick just in case we get duels, because this deck really does want mana fixing.
Yeah.
And we could even splash Sorin if we're getting really greedy and we pick up some more fixing.
Yeah.
So yeah, I'll go with the Catacombs kind of as a
Verdant
hopeful
Smiles.
pick. Opposition might be really good in this deck with our mana dorks.
Yeah,
I
I
think
like
we'll
it.
take that. I've been
All the
really
4
unimpressed
drops.
with Opposition in Powered Cube. We're taking Kitchen Finks here, pretty obvious.
Yeah, there's nothing else.
But I've actually been really unimpressed with it, but mostly that's been me running it in my blue decks filled with counter spells, so hopefully this one.
Shout
will
out to
be pretty
Revelaric,
good.
but like, it doesn't really work that well because it'd just be getting back like elves.
Yeah, don't get me wrong, I love Revelark in my modern Myriapod deck, but I think in this cube it's a bit underpowered. And we wield the Revelation.
Well, So I don't think we'd ever be playing Iona. So yeah.
Yeah. So I guess we'll pick this up to Splash Sorin maybe.
Yeah.
So what this deck is really looking for at this point is
Fixing.
mana fixing. This Caracas is good. It's not fixing, but it's a good land. Mana fixing and a target for natural order is basically what we're
Yeah.
looking for in the last pack. And just, any good cards we can see. Also, we might be a little bit light on finishers, I'm thinking.
That's
So-
that's why we want more with like for the natural order.
Exactly, yeah. But with decks like this, I found that one of their weaknesses in the cube is just, having a lack of ways to close out the game.
Yeah.
Upheaval is one of the best ways to do that, but you need another plan if you don't draw Upheaval.
Yeah, you also need to have like things that attack after you play upheaval.
Yeah, although it's surprisingly easy to find stuff like that.
Yeah.
Especially if your Mirari's waking out an Upheaval, and then you can, slam any old thread after it.
Yeah.
So let's see what we get in pack 3.
Da 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 da.
Hopefully some more power. We've already got our fair share.
Hey.
In fact, probably more than our fair share, I would say.
This is hope for Black Lotus. It's not getting too spoiled, is it?
I'm gonna hope for an Ancestral Recall.
Oh, library.
Well, we got close. Library is
Demonic
one of
Tutor
the
is
best
also there,
cards
but
in the cube.
I think library over demonic tutor,
Yeah,
just based on color.
and I honestly think that Library is very, very, very powerful.
Yeah,
Like,
it is very good, especially
considerably
when,
underrated, I would think.
especially when you play with it correctly.
Definitely. That's a reference to a draft we did maybe about a year ago where Philip yelled at me to do some or to draw a card with Library before I did something with a card in my hand, and I basically just didn't listen and proceeded to not be able to draw cards for the rest of the game. So hopefully we'll be able to play with it correctly this draft. And what do we have here?
The cards I'm looking at, I really wish we could play Yawgmoth's Bargain, we definitely cannot. There's Everflowing Chalice, Acidic Slime, Repeal. Those are the three that stand out to me.
Yeah, I probably
And-
am going to go with the slime here.
Yeah, I think it's powerful in this cube, I agree.
The chalice just is kind of like extra mana ramp. Like, you only really want
Yeah.
that in kind of a Blightsteel Colossus deck or something crazy. Treetop is a
Yeah.
good land, but
Yeah, I think Acidic Slime, I agree.
we're actually looking for spells here right now.
Because yeah.
And we
also-
can power out an early slime and slime one of their lands, so
Yeah.
that's good too.
And we can like slime a Signet. It just it hits so many things.
That wasn't the best pack for us, though.
So there's Garruk, Elvish Mystic.
And Preordain.
I think it's either Elvish Mystic or Garruk. I mean, how powerful do you
Yeah.
think Garruk is? I'm not sure.
I think Garruk is very powerful, but we do have a lot of 4-drops is the thing.
That's
And
true. Yeah, I think
These
it's Mystic.
Mystics, we have a natural order. We're really looking to pick up something to get with that natural order. We're kind of
Yeah.
running short on those right now. It could just be Preordain just to find our threats, find our upheaval.
Maybe I don't know. I think also the potential though with Mystic's pretty high, especially if we do find something good for natural order.
Yeah, and plus we have an opposition. I think I'm good with
Yeah.
taking the Mystic here.
I like it.
And what do we have?
Oh, we have Temple Garden.
We have Temple Garden. That's fixing. We're probably going to have to take that.
Yeah.
We can get it with Catacombs, so that's basically
Yeah.
2 fixing cards for us. Good spot there, Philip. I was actually
Yeah.
thinking about taking the Armageddon.
Yeah, I was.
Or rather, Ravages of War.
The first thing
but-
I saw was Scavenging Ooze. Also.
Yeah, but I've just found
But
that
yeah.
card to be very underwhelming. Same
Yeah.
with Shardless Agent. I mean, we are in blue-green, but
It doesn't really hit.
cascading into an
much.
elf is just not that good. And the blue-green
Yeah.
decks in this format just play a lot of elves. So
Yeah,
Shardless
yeah.
Agent is never really very good.
I think I like Temple Garden here.
Yeah, I agree. Gaia's Cradle. Now that's a card.
So there's Gaia's Cradle, there's Lotus Cobra.
And there's Kozilek.
I think I like Gaia's Cradle.
We already passed the channel, so we can't really hope to get that.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think Cradle is probably the strongest card we could take here. We are maybe running a little bit low on playables just because we have so many of these lands. We have 24 cards main deck, but a lot of them are lands. And Soul Ring
Yeah.
probably counts as one of those too. But yeah, I mean, we'll take this
Wow.
Cradle and see if we can get more
Yeah.
playables.
Okay. So the one thing we're not taking is Heartbeat of the Spring.
Yeah. I think we'll probably just have to take Arid Mace out of this pack. I don't think there's any card in this pack that I would play in my main deck. We're basically just splashing white, I would think,
Let me see.
for
so,
Rev and Morari's Wake.
yeah, that does hit a Temple Garden.
Yeah, I mean, that's why I would be taking it.
Yeah. Maybe Council's Judgment, but no, that's
Yeah, I mean, that's
we're
why I
not-
said we were
mo-
basically
yeah,
just splashing white.
yeah.
Yeah,
I
I mean, I
don't
think
see
it's just the
anything else.
Mesa. We really want to pick up more playables, but we can't
Uh,
really be doing that right now.
So
Wall of Blossoms is fine. I don't really love it.
Sunpetal
And I
Grove.
do like Sunpetal Grove, so that's tempting.
We might have to be awkward 4 colors.
I mean, we might just be able to be 3 colors, put in this
Yeah,
Cloud Goat Ranger and
That's
stuff.
true. And yeah,
And Soren. Like, if we have the fixing,
we have black
the
fixing, right?
We have a little bit. We have the
Woodland
Catacombs.
Cemetery.
Yeah.
What else was over there? 'Cause-
Yeah. And
yeah.
Urborg and
Urborg.
Caves. Okay,
Oh
so
yeah.
I think we're probably gonna be 4 color here.
Yeah.
Just
That's sick.
just for the playables.
So.
Eh? We don't really have any
man.
creatures to discard to Phonochime and to tutor up.
Yeah,
Same
this-
with Tooth and Nail. I mean,
this
this
deck-
deck is getting kind of awkward.
Yeah, that's what I was about to say.
We're just
It
taking the
could be
fixer.
Archangel. Archangel's really good,
That is true.
especially with mana elves.
I don't think Archangel is great though.
Yeah, that's true.
I think I'm just gonna take the Heath.
Okay.
And good, we have some playables. So Master of the Wild Hunt is very good. Same with Freyalise, but I think Master's probably a little bit more solid. And if you can power him out really early with Moxes or Soul Rings,
Yeah.
that's very good.
Gifts Given is just too hard to work with, especially in our deck.
Unfortunately, Philip, I think we're gonna have to be cutting this natural order. Another land.
Treetop Smiles.
I don't know.
Mize the Obliterator off the Urborg. Do it.
That's a nice dream, but I don't think we can afford that. I think we'll just take Wrath to board in
Really?
against creature
Wait.
decks.
Do you think it's?
I just think Land Censor's bad.
Oh, okay. Yeah. I don't have as much experience with this. It could be Ranger.
Ranger to get up Mother of Runes?
Mother Rune's like a mystic.
I don't think we main deck it, but I think
Yeah.
we can
It's a
take it at least.
possibility.
I mean, Ranger's not a great card, but
Yeah. agreed, but seemed the best.
I don't know why Moto puts Moxes behind lands. I guess it's just that they have no converted mana cost instead of one.
But then why? Okay.
Yeah, I don't really
Yeah,
understand.
it's weird.
We're probably playing Cloud Goat.
Yeah.
Detention Sphere is definitely a good card.
Yeah.
We're gonna have to be digging though. We have a ton of fixing and some very, very powerful cards, but we just ended up a little bit short on playables in pack 3. So let's see what we can do with this.
This is gonna be exciting. Probably play Urborg, right? Although that'd be awkward if we play Urborg and a Swamp.
Well, we only have a single black spell, so I don't think we are playing Urborg.
Yeah, that's true. Do we play a Swamp for Verdant Catacombs?
Probably. Okay, so how many lands do we have? That's the question. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. 34 minus 13 is 21. So we need 2 more cards to add in here from these guys.
I mean, are we gonna... Do we treat Library as a spell?
No, I don't think we do.
I'm just wondering, because, like, we have Library... No, never mind, Libraries are only colorless. Library and Mox Ruby are colorless lands, so it shouldn't be that bad.
Yeah. I think we need impact spells. We don't really have many, but we can play Ranger of Eos.
We could do Rancor.
I'm going to vote a no on that one.
Yeah. Do you think we splash the Ophenomancer?
That's what I was thinking too. I think we can afford it.
Yeah, I think because it's pretty good, and we have like 3-4 pieces of
So
black
one more
fixing.
card here that we want to add.
Do you Relic Warder is, I think, good.
It's going to be tough to get the mono white, but I think we do play Relic Warder. I think that's the best card out of
it
these.
We don't have to. You very rarely play it on turn 2.
Yeah. We're very close to the cut 5 challenge here, without even meaning to, but I don't think we're really going to be doing
what is that?
It's where you basically don't play any basic lands in your deck, and you just cut 5 cards at the end. So, okay, we've got 4 cards to put in. Do we just... Okay, this mana is going to be very awkward. Let me do some math here. I'm just going to add 1 of each. It might be that this deck's mana just does not work out, but we'll see where we can go.
So let's see. It's times like these when I want to have like...
Let's count our green sources. 1, 2, 3. Not 4 yet. We're not going to count that yet. 5, 6.
You just counted it.
Sorry, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Okay, that's enough.
Yes.
White sources. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. That seems like enough.
Yeah.
7 kind of 8
seems
like enough.
Windswept Heath? Yeah, Windswept Heath gets Temple Garden.
Yeah.
Okay.
And Plains.
Yeah.
Okay. Blue sources. This might be the problem, I think. 1. Okay, then.
That's the problem, yeah.
That is the problem, isn't it? Here's the problem.
I think black sources is 4, right? It's like 5, right?
I think we probably have to cut a swamp.
Yeah.
And go on the black sources that we have.
Which
and we also have to cut this plains and this forest.
How many black sources do we have then? We have Woodland Cemetery, Caves of Kolios, and that's it.
Yeah. The mana in this deck is bad.
Mm-hmm.
Even though we took all these non-basics.
Do you think we have to go 18 lands just to have enough fixing?
I think you're probably right there, yeah. Plus, we don't have that good those good cards to cut, so let's see what we can do with 18 lands. I want to cut Relic Warder and probably Ophiomancer. Let's maybe go 19 lands?
That might be. See, so how many blue sources do we have? We want to have like 7 blue sources or 8?
7 should be enough, just because we can't squeeze enough in.
4.
This is going to be very tough.
So do we just need to have 7 islands? Is this what I'm saying?
I think we have to cut Karakas.
We do have Birds of Paradise.
We do.
Yeah, but Karakas seems worse than a Plains here, based on the constraints.
That is true. So we're cutting Karakas for a Plains at least.
Plains.
Well, Arid Mason needs something. Here's the thing: we're going to be getting our Temple Garden out a lot.
Yeah, Temple Garden MVP.
Huh. This is awkward now, isn't it?
Yeah.
I don't really know what to do here, guys. This deck, honestly, is just probably pretty bad.
What happens if we cut black?
What happens if we cut Sorin?
Yeah, essentially, and
That
so-
might be the key here. So let's try cutting the Sorin, see how many lands we can fit in. Because we were looking for the Sorin to get more playables, but
yeah.
what if we go, maybe put in a Ranger of Eos? Okay, so 13, 14, 15 lands, that would be 17. Let's see what Moto suggests. Okay, so let's count our sources now, just see where we can go. Okay, green. 1, 2, 3. I'm gonna count Gaia's Cradle. 4. We're being ambitious here.
I don't
5,
think I count
6,
Gaia's
7.
Cradle because Gaia's
8.
Cradle is usually activated off a green.
No, I mean
creature.
I understand, but
Yeah.
I think we have to just since we're being ambitious, and plus we have a lot of double green. So
Yeah.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9.
Yeah.
Okay.
Like that.
White. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Okay,
So
That's
ideally,
fine.
Ideally, you'd want one more, but
but honestly, we're gonna have to be a little bit
Yeah,
risky with this deck. Blue. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. That's the problem. Is the blue sources 6?
So-
I guess if you count the signet. I think we need to cut a green.
if you cut the plant, cutting, I don't think we can cut the forest
Why?
because it. Actually, if Forbidden Catacombs says say so. If we have Forbidden Catacombs, then we'll have one target, and so will not get us double green. I mean, wait, no.
I think we have to do
Wait.
something awkward.
Wait
like
a
that.
second.
We need one more.
Then we'll
blue
only
source.
have 2 actual tangible green sources in our deck.
What do you mean by
3.
actual tangible?
Sorry, I mean, I'm thinking
one.
like I'm thinking because if you're fetching for Temple Garden all the time, most of your fetches are Temple Gardens.
But if we have Temple Garden in play,
but then what if we need double green?
then we have these guys. If we have single green, we can probably
Yeah.
get double green. I mean, I agree that it's awkward, but we need one more.
I think
island,
we instead
I
go
think.
to 18 lands and play another island.
You're probably right. So, what card do we
What
cut?
were the last 2 cards we had? We added.
Relic Order and Ranger.
I think Ranger's a cut.
Yeah, I think you're right.
I think Relic Order is good enough.
Okay, so we add an island, 18 lands
This is great.
with Soaring. This deck, oh man.
This is why I love Cube.
I am a little bit embarrassed that we drafted this deck, but I think we just have to submit and see how this goes. I'll see you guys in round 1.